Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris and my guest is Cynthia Adams, president of the Oakland branch of the NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. When we went to break, Cynthia, we were talking about the police chief. And unfortunately, that is history now. The mayor's made her decision. So we're on to the next phase of selecting a new police chief. Has the NAACP been given a role to play in that, or do they expect to take a role in the selection of the police chief?
Well, we have not been given a role yet, but I really think that we will be getting a role in that area as well.
Why?
I just feel that we're part of the community. We need to be part of electing the next chief. At least one of the members maybe could sit on the committee in the community and be able to do that.
So I understand the police commission is in the process of circulating not resumes, but circulating requests for people to apply to become the police chief of Oakland. Do you see that as being somewhat of a difficult challenge because of the upheaval that's going on with the police commission in Oakland? It's no secret. Matter of fact, there's a news conference. I read it in the newspaper just recently that the police commission apparently is at war with each other. So what's going on there?
I think we could be able to work that out, Bob. I really do. I think that if we can just sit down at the table with everybody and come together, different ones in the community leaders can come together and talk to them, we could be able to solve this problem. I really do. I feel that deeply in my heart that we can do that.
Well, no question in my mind that in order for us to deal with the problem of public safety, we have to have a commission that is on accord in terms of what it plans to do to select and recommend to the mayor a new police chief. So discord is not a solution for this problem. So I am just delighted to hear that you say you will be working with the commission in order to try to make certain that the commission is in accord in terms of selecting a new chief to recommend to the mayor. Okay, we talked about several months ago the recount in Oakland for the mayor's race. What happened to that?
Well, you know, the recount for the mayor's office, as you know, the county.
County of Alameda, right?
County of Alameda was supposed to pay for the recount.
They were. They promised at least.
They promised. But what they did, they promised to pay for it. And they also, now they are selecting to change things around. And I don't want to talk too much about it because we are able to put someone on that committee.
Oh, you think that the NAACP will have a representative on that commission?
We will have a representative. No,
that's good. That's good.
We will definitely have a representative on that committee. And then that way we will be able to know what's going on at all times. But I don't want to bring the person's name out right now, and I don't want to, discuss it.
No problem. And I'm not going to ask you the name.
Thank you.
I don't care who it is, as long as we got a representative that will represent the interests of the community. Right? Absolutely. Now, the mayor's proposed budget, I understand, will require that some reduction in police officers for the city. How is that going to help us with public safety, or will it?
I don't think it will. You're going to reduce police, How is that going to help?
I have no idea.
We don't have any idea, Maybe if the mayor come down and talk to the community and talk to the NAACP, sometime and explain to us about what she's trying to do in the community of Oakland, maybe we can understand a lot of these things. But when you don't have a relationship with your elected official, what do? You work around them and you move forward the best way that you know how to do.
Right. So you are really requesting that the mayor communicate with the citizens of Oakland so that the citizens of Oakland will know what's going on.
Yes,
and that
I
seems
do.
to be reasonable.
That's reasonable. I mean, just not communicate with one set. You got to communicate with everybody that you said voted for you.
Well, let's not get into who voted for whom, because we know that under the ranked choice voting system, you don't need a majority. You just need a few people. Now, let's talk about ranked choice. What's going on there?
For ranked choice, we headed to the national convention, as you know, for ranked choice voting. And back in, I think it was in April, the state, we was able to write a resolution. The Oakland branch,
opposing ranked choice voting.
Right. And the Oakland branch was able to write the resolution.
And that resolution is going to come up, I understand, at the national convention in Boston.
And once it come up in Boston, right now we cannot discuss it because it's in the hands of the national NAACP. But hopefully when we come back in August, the first week of August.
When we come back, we will have we will
have the whole details. And we definitely will host a community meeting.
Host a community meeting to talk about ranked choice voting, which we hope at that time will have been sanctioned by the national NAACP. So don't touch that remote. We got to go to break. But before we do, I just want to say that, Cynthia, I think you have really been dynamic in your approach to activism. And I'm happy to see that you are getting into trouble, good trouble. And that's the kind of trouble we want to be in terms of making a difference in this community. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I'm your host, and my guest is Cynthia Adams, President, NAACP, Oakland Branch.